Look at this guy. Here I was, running away from a skeleton at night time, and he absolutely nailed the button to the door to my house. Pretty good shot. Oh, it just despawned. Pretty good shot if you ask me. I ran through here and I'm like, why isn't the door shutting? And then the skeleton came in, and then yeah, realised he'd shot the button. I didn't even think of that when I made this thing. I made the button because I kept getting stuck here trying to get in the door, so I made it wooden so I could get through a bit quicker, or easier. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Morezy Plays Minecraft, episode 28. And, whoa. Today, guys, I've been working tirelessly trying to finish some on this surround, and you can really see now it's starting to look really cool. You get these interesting interference patterns between the slabs on the front and the slabs on the back, which is awesome. I didn't even intend on that effect. You can see it's got kind of like little wings that come out this way, which looks really cool. I've done that high all the way around, so we do have a hexagon type shape. Hexagon? No, is that an octagon? It's got 6 sides. Yeah, it's an octagon actually. Octagonal shape. You can see around the side here as well. The witches are all still spawning very nicely. One little idea I had while I was doing that, I was getting a few lag spikes. I do get a little bit of lag when the witch hut farm operates. However, I predict that to be less and less in the future. But the main thing I get with the lag spikes is still the zombies are coming up to here to try and get this villager right here. I'm sure there's plenty of ways to get rid of that, but one thing I want to do is try some cactus. So I'm just going to run over here and grab a bit of cactus, and then I just want to try and put something down and see how it works. Okay, he's on top of that half slab. Is he going to try and get up there? Doesn't look like it. I think he just wants to sit there. So let's try removing that block. And is he ever going to get up there? Probably not. Alright, let's try and block off this space. Oh, you can't do that, can you? Well, back to the drawing board with that one. I'm sure there's a way to do it. We'll work it out. And there we go, guys. Quite a few hours worth of work later, and we've got this whole thing done. I think it looks pretty striking, spectacular. That is not completed, of course. This is just the inner skin. I think I'm going to put a few more things on the outside. Probably some supporting columns in the corners. And I'm possibly thinking about encasing it in glass after that. We'll have to try a few things and see what looks good. But that thing is well and truly on its way to being finished now. And I thought what I might try and do is actually, let's just jump up here for a quick look. I thought what I might try and do is see if we can actually get this functioning by the end of the episode. So we've got a few things left to do here. First of all, we've got to put down all of our pressure plates on each of these red levels. And we've also got to knock the floor out and put water in. And once that's done, I think we've just got to put the roof on and we are operational. So I'm going to try and get that done now and see if we can actually get it to the point where we can actually see this thing operating, because I have no idea how good it's going to be. And there we have it, guys. That is all the pressure plates done. I've got some leaves in the corner. I remembered that I had to put something on top of these lamps because mobs could spawn there. And I kept thinking of half slabs, but then I forgot that the slime blocks will actually pick up the half slab and bring it back off the top once they extend. So I had to go back and change those, and I've just put leaves, I think. I think that should be okay. Alright, so the next thing I've got to do here is put in the water break. I can't remember. I think I planned this out so that it should go here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think we have to block out this, well, we have to knock out this level here, and I believe we just put signs there. And then I think I made it so that we can just put a surround of half slabs there, and it should work. So I'm just going to knock out this area, and I believe it's got to be here all the way around. So this is going to temporarily disable my witch spawner, but that is okay. Let me just dig this one out, and there we go, guys, all done. That is the water break and all the signs in. We've put the bounding box around the drop shaft here so that the mobs that get shot off to the side won't land out here outside the area. And we've got all the signs in. We've got one little dead spot of water in the middle, which is perfect. That's exactly right. That shows me I've got it all correct. Just been going off memory for a lot of this. I did design this a long time ago, so just going by memory now because I can't actually find the original world that I designed it in. But last thing to do now is actually to put on the roof. This is it with the roof on and the lights turned off. So that is actually functioning right now. Let's see if we can have a look at whether it's working okay. It's nighttime, so it probably won't be functioning super efficiently at the moment. But let's go down. It's soon to be daytime, is it? Yeah, very soon to be daytime. Let's go down and check out some of the rates that we're getting. And we've still got a lot of caving to do, obviously, so there's still a lot to do yet before we get this operating at peak efficiency. But let's see how we do. Alright, lots of witches. That's to be expected while it's still nighttime. There's a zombie. And I might just wait a bit for the sun to go up, and then we'll come back. Alright, so here's some of the modest results we're getting. There are a few other mobs dropping down, but not heaps, obviously, because we still have a lot of caving to do in the area. But if this just chugs along on its own all the time I'm playing, I'm sure we'll get quite a few drops come out of this. We're still getting a leaning towards the witches side of things, so eventually when I put in some lights to stop the witch spawning, we can toggle between witches, mobs, or witches and mobs, and that will be handy as well. And the other thing is, of course, any mobs that fall down with armor are more than likely going to survive, so we'll have to put in an auto kill mechanism in here somewhere so that we can get rid of those guys. One of my ideas was actually to put some iron golems down here, possibly, which might have a good effect, but I'm yet to test that, so I'm not sure how that would go. But there we go, guys. That one is absolutely ready to go. There we go. There's a couple of zombies falling down. So it is working. Again, peak efficiency is not achieved just yet, but hopefully very soon we shall see that. And yeah, that is really good. I'm very happy about that. Alright guys, well, with that part of the project done, we can do a few adjustments to that later and try and get it operating a bit more efficiently. I spent a bit of time over there and let it run for a little while, and I did actually get quite a few drops coming from that, which is really good. It's turned off for now, so it's just back to witch mode at the moment. In the future I've got to work out some lighting fixes for the witch section, so that we can disable witches at any point, and that will make it much more customizable. And also I'd like to see, I've turned off the lights in the tower, turned them on, and I'd really like to see a switch witches in the future as well, where I can hit one switch and then the lights will actually, you know, change their state, which should look really cool from a distance, I think. Alright, but for now, I just want to come back to our Villager Management System, or VMS as I've decided to call it. So, what I've done here is I've been working at taking out these Pez dispensers and putting in the new design we came up with in my live stream. and we've got it to the point now where we can start to actually probably get it ready for a test. So you may remember before I had all these as pistons and I said I was going to remove them, so we've removed all that. It's made this wiring a little bit simpler because the pistons had to have a specific pattern to them. So this wiring's become a lot simpler now, which is good. And this goes to a torch tower, which will adjust this slot here, which is really handy. This just goes up here. Let's see, got my ender pearls handy. So this just comes up through here, up to a monostable here, and we've got that set to 4, and that's the optimum delay for these fence gates to work as a Pez dispenser properly. The next thing we need to do is set up our rail line. Now unfortunately that hits right onto this little spider. Why is there a creeper up there? What? What? Okay, I didn't think there was any spawnable spaces up there, but there must be. Now, am I going to blow something up here? Probably. No. No. No, no. So we're going to have to actually, I've got no sword. I lost my sword. I just finished remaking it, and I'd lost it once I started building all that stuff today. So minecart will have to do. Oh, that's right. He was on a half slab, so he didn't do any damage really, which is handy. Yeah, so this we'll have to chop in half, which is fine because I'm not really using it at the moment. Now, where would he have spawned from? This has all been half slabbed, so he shouldn't have spawned anywhere here, unless he spawned in here somewhere. But this should all be lit up as well. So what we're going to have to do is, yeah, cut this bit in half. We need a rail line to come underneath these cells, and the rail line will basically just go up and around the corner. We've only got 4 cells that are going to use a Pez dispenser, so I've decided there's 4 types of villages that I want to have multiples of. So the rail will go underneath those Pez dispensers, and it will come up around this side here somewhere. Let's see if we can get through here. Yeah, it'll come up through here. So that's from down there. Where are we? Oh yeah, almost in line. So it'll come up through here. Let's get up there again. And when it hits this rail, it will actually turn left, and it will go into the next available cell. So we're only going to be putting a cell, 4 cells, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So for example, if we were to, swap out the librarian, this cell would be empty, so it would go through here. I was about to die then. It would land on top of the Pez dispenser there, and the one at the bottom of the Pez dispenser would cycle around and fill the hole, which is something I've already talked about before. So that is where we're at the moment. I just thought I'd show you that. I will try and do a little bit of this and see if we can actually get it functioning, but it won't be just yet. So we'll have to have a look at that and see how we go. Alright, so just for a bit of fun, I thought we might just have a quick look at the system we made on the live stream that time. So this was the original we had, which was the piston extension, and this one here is the fence gate version. So the fence gate version works quite well. So he just drops on top. And now this is of course a different layout to what we are going to use, but the concept is still the same. And the other thing we're going to do here is use this vertical one-wired rail system. That is going to be to get them up the top. So if we put a little guy in here, we can see this working. So he goes up through the stairs, and then it'll finish up at the top. And that's the way I think we're going to use to get them up the hill. Because I was just looking at the space and it's getting very tight. So if we did like a 4-way spiral all the way up, it's probably going to take up a lot of room and be very difficult. So I just thought we'd use something different, which will be this one, and it's a cool little system, like so. Very cool. Alright, so we're going to be using that. So I'm going to clear some more space over at the Let's Play world, and we'll probably put that in. Okay, and here we go, all done. Where are we? Right here. There's the system all done, and just to show that it works, so I don't know if I showed this before. This is the cells almost all done here. So the villagers will drop down, and at one point they'll land on this rail. Oh, and I missed the boat. But basically, you can see it works there. Goes all the way up, which is good. So where am I here? Let's see if we can jump up here. This will probably be stuck over here now. Yeah, just a little bit. Alright, but, oops. The other thing I need to do here is, as you might be able to tell, I'm getting a little bit of lag here, and I think, among other things, I think it's due to these villagers here. So the first thing I did, was I removed the water here because these guys were jumping around a lot. But I think what it is these reject villagers over here are the problem, and I think there's just too many of them. So I've reinstated my nether rail on the other side to load these guys over to the iron farm. So what I might just do very quickly here is reactivate this portal and send some of these villagers away and see if that helps with my random bits of lag here and there. Okay, so there is obviously some issues with sending villagers or something through portals, and I think now I remember I had some instances where some entities were going through the portal and crashing my game. So I sent through about 4 or 5 villages and I crashed after just about every one. So that is concerning because we've got another portal on the other side in the nether with 3 or 4 or 5 villages there, which are potentially going to crash my game every time I go into the nether, because they'll be going in and out of that portal. So yeah, not a good thing. So what I'm going to do here, I think, is just kill these guys manually. I understand there is some issue with killing villagers by the player, or being near the villagers when they get damaged. That affects some of the trading. I could be wrong, but what are you looking down there for? But I'm going to kill those guys. I'm hoping I've got, yes, some TNT. Excellent. Just with TNT, I think. Just because, yeah, I don't want to risk sending them all through the nether and have it crash every time I go into it. So let's just do this. And I guess we'll just go off the wall. Hopefully this will kill a majority of them. Oh, that was good. That looked very cool. Alright, there's a couple more there, that's fine. So there we go. Let's maybe kill those guys as well, and then we might just go to the nether and just see exactly what's happening on the other side if it is causing issues again, and we will soon see. Let's kill these guys here. Okay, and flint and steel. Oh, let's run away. Did that kill you guys? I'll just kill him. Alright. Let's go through and see what's happening on the other side here. Now I did set the rail line up already, so it's probably ready to work. And let's see, so we'll be in here with the villagers. What? How did these guys get into here? That is weird. Did I just throw an ender pearl through the portal? I think I did. Oh dear. Alright, let's see if we can make our way around here. Get out of my way, please. Oh, this is a disaster. Working with villagers, it's terrible. Alright, so that's the villager system. I'm just going to try it, just why not? Let's just try it and see what happens here. Okay, villager's going around. He still ends up over there. And... oh, he stopped on the tracks. Because there's a zombie pigman. Of all the places you could spawn and walk to, you decide to spawn right there. Why you do this? I was about to hit him then. That's probably not a great idea. Thank you. Okay, there's one villager there. Let's see if it brings us another one here. We'll see what happens when it goes through. I'll either crash or I'll be fine. I'm going to assume I'm going to crash. Okay, we got a zombie pigman coming instead. That will have to do. It should push the villager in anyway. Or maybe the zombie pigman... he goes through okay. So... is it going to crash me? No. Well, that's weird. So clearly there's more investigation to do there, but I'll do that later on. What I really want to show you now though is just how we're going to operate these Pez dispenser cells. You may notice I've changed this a little bit. We've put a detector rail here and then put powered rail here instead, and drop that block down just by one. And what we're going to do is we're going to hook this up as like a memory cell to know when to have this system running and when not to. Because obviously these little corners here are what enables us to turn this system into each of the Pez dispensers, and we want it so that when we push the cycle button, which is on the side of particular cells, those zombies, man. So this is a cycle button right here. So if we wanted to cycle this villager out with another librarian, we would push this button once, and then we would push the button here to get rid of this villager, and that is going to send a signal over to this cell to say let this next villager in, and once it goes through we want to detect that and say okay, let the next villager pass by. So that's how we need it to operate. So I'm just going to give you a warning here. We're going to get into some tight spaces with a lot of redstone in them. So here we are. So this is actually the trigger system for that. So we've just got a sticky piston with a redstone block here, and that's just going to come down and power this line. This line goes into a monostable circuit which has a delay of 2. I've decided to change that to 2, like so. Why is that on at the moment? Ah, that would be why. So next what we need to do is use this signal to create a memory state. Okay guys, so memory cell. Let's have a look here. So what we've got now is a memory cell that retains the state of this particular Pez dispenser to say whether it's being used or not. And let's see if I can show you what we ended up doing here. All we really did is we took a signal off the back of... here we are. Bear with me. Okay, we took a signal. This is the button we press to enable the switch. We took a signal off here with the piston. That pushes a redstone block into this position. That powers that bit of redstone there, which does a torch tower up to the torch that is holding the track in its current state. So this is the torch here. That's how we had it before. This is what it is now, and that is holding that corner in that state right there. So when we hit that switch, it will actually switch the switch. So let's have a look at that. We push this, that's to switch the villagers out, and as you can see here now, that track corner has switched like so. And if we go down here, that redstone block is being moved into another position, and that right there is the other half of the switch. So all we've got is the detector rail here with the sticky piston and a redstone block there, which goes on top of that. So what would happen is a minecart with a villager in it would start along here. It will run over that detector rail, activate this end of the switch, and as you can see, the track has now switched back so that no other villagers can make their way in. So let's try now and see if we can get this thing to stack a few villagers and get it operational. Okay, so I've got quite a few librarians here, and where are we? I don't think there's any more. I think I've got 4 oh, there's one up there too. What we might do actually, let's see if we can switch out this cleric for a librarian, because the switching system, the Pez dispenser, will only work for villagers on this bottom level. It won't work for the ones on the top. So the ones on the top are going to be single-use villagers where we only want one of each type. So let's try and get rid of this guy. So he should come down and land in here. I've disabled the ejection system for the moment. Here he comes. I thought I disabled it. Okay, that's that guy. And now this cell here is open. So let's send down... If we send down this guy, he should... There we go. End up in front of this one here. And if we now send this guy here, it should end up in this hole right here. Perfect, perfect. Okay, so that gives us 5 librarians. Alright, so step number 1 here is we need to open the cell to fill it. So we open the cell, and this would have, yep, turned the corner on the rail. Perfect. Next thing to do is, because it operates left to right, we're going to start all the way over here. Next thing to do is put one of the villagers into the cell. So if we hit this one, let's see if we can catch it. There he is, he's sitting in that cell. You can see he's reset the line, so now every villager will pass through, unless we say switch. So we'll switch him. He'll drop down 1 level, ready for the next villager. I hope. And then the next villager should come in and fall on top. The only thing I'm just checking is he might be a little bit too high here. It's possible. Let's see what happens when I send another librarian in. So if we send another librarian, so we started from the left here, we better keep going from the left. There we go. What happens now? Does it hit and go around? Yes, it does. And he filled in that spot. So yeah, there's still a few little things. I think maybe what I have to do is just remove the top set of fence gates possibly, and that should fix it, I think. But anyway, you get the general idea, guys. We have got it to the point now where I can actually start filling these up. So that is very cool, and that makes this villager management system all but finished. All we have to do now is just start selecting the villagers we want in the positions, and then we can start actually using these guys. So that's about it for today's episode, guys. It's a little bit of a longer one. I did cull a whole bunch of footage just because I was struggling with this switch system there for a while, and it proved to be a little bit boring to watch. So I hope you had fun. We got a whole bunch of stuff done today, heaps and heaps of progress, which is amazing. We've got the outside of the mob farm finished, and it is operational now. Let me know what you think about that. We've got the villager management system is 99% complete. So that is awesome. I might even do a separate little video on this contraption. I might cut it out with MC Edit or something and show that off, because I think it looks pretty awesome. Very nice and technical. That will of course include all of this system over here as well, which is the sorting system. I'm sure I could compact that a little bit further. So very cool. Let me know if you know what is going on with these villager portal issues. I'd prefer not to update my snapshot or update my version at the moment, just because I want to do some more work with Bedrock and stuff, and I believe that's patched now. But yeah, let me know how you think of this design. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I really had a good time building this, and it's getting very cool now, very cool. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching, and we will see you again next time. One little thing that I will add is I'm on my way to the city tomorrow, tomorrow, to go and pick up more computer parts. So I've ordered all my computer parts, and hopefully by next week I should have a brand new computer. So what that might mean is tomorrow morning's stream might be a little bit short or non-existent. I will try and do a stream later on tonight. Tonight's Friday in Australia. I'll try and do a little stream on tonight maybe, but that is where I'll be on Saturday morning. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.